Hey YouTube, welcome back. Donnie here. It's been a while since my last video. I had been planning on doing this 2025 goals video for a while, and then I kind of decided I wasn't going to do it. Then I was back to doing it, but then I got sick, and so I had to hold off for a couple weeks. Had a lot of head cold stuff going on, and so I didn't want to make a video with all that going. And I finally mostly over that cold and wanted to go ahead and do this before end of January, so hopefully it's not too late. But I'm going to go through what kind of a year I had for 2024, recap the goals I had and how I did, talk about kind of at a high level how 2024 compared to the previous year, and then go over goals for 2025. So hope you enjoy this. Let's get started. Okay, so recapping 2024, and I have some charts that I'll show here in a minute. But before we get into that, I wanted to just kind of give a high-level perspective on things. So in 2024, I acquired 146 cards. Now that does include some of the Net 54 and Vintage Card Traders Secret Santa gifts that I got. So there's probably about 20 or so cards there that were from those gifts. But other than that, those were cards I picked up. On average, the cards were $19.60 a piece. And again, that includes some valuations I put on the Secret Santa cards that I got. So that may have skewed things up or down a little bit. And of the cards I got this year, 6 cards were over $100. And those ranged up to, I think, around $300. And then 6 cards were in the $50 to $100 range, but everything else was under $50. As you can see by the average was about $20 a card. So in comparison to 2023, back then, 2023, I picked up 97 cards that year, average of $32.40 a card. I had 7 cards that were over $100, and that included, I think the most expensive one was the 66 Mantle at like $340 that year. And then I had 8 cards in the $50 to $100 range back in 2023. So comparatively speaking, I picked up quite a bit more cards in 2024, but the average value of the card went down by about a third to under $20 a card. So as we get into the 2025 goals, you'll see that that average is probably going to go up just because of the cards I hope to get, although I won't get anywhere near meeting all the goals I have laid out for 2025 because there's a lot of them in there, and they're pretty substantial. But you can see here on the desk right now some of the highlights from 2024. The 47 Bond Bread, Phil Rizzuto over there on the left. In the back, the Red Heart Richie Ashburn from 1954 Red Heart set. The top of Yogi Berra 1953 Topps. I love that card. 1957 Topps Ted Williams. The 64 Topps Giants Brooks Robinson. You can barely see it back there, but Ricky Henderson rookie card. Rest in peace, Ricky. I got that when I went to California for a business trip. Nice 7.5 graded card there. Then on the right, the front row, the 66 Topps Fergie Jenkins rookie card. And then next to that, the 58 Topps Mantle Aaron World Series Batting Foes cards. I love that card. It's in great shape. Looks real nice. And then next to that, 1965 Topps Hank Aaron. One of the last remaining cards I need for that 65 set. And then finally, front row left is Nat Brucker throwing pose from the T206 set with a polar bear back. And that was actually the only off-back T206 I picked up in 2024. So I really slacked off in the pre-war stuff this year. I hope to rectify that next year. But anyway, so that's kind of a overview of things. Oh, I forgot the way in the back there is the Auravision Roger Maris that I picked up during the Bargain Hunter episode that I did back in, I want to say August, maybe something like that. So that was that's 2024. Obviously, there's a lot more cards, but just showing some of the highlights. So let's get into the charts and look at how I did on my 2024 goals, and then looking forward to 2025. Okay, first up, some 2024 goals. Every year I have a goal of picking up at least one new Mantle card. There's so many Mantle cards out there, and they're relatively pricey, so you got to chip away at the Mantle run slowly. So I've been picking up dual player cards, league leader cards, all-star cards, things like that. Try to keep it a little bit more affordable. 2024, I picked up the 1960 Topps Rival All-Stars card with Mantle and Boyer, as well as the 1961 Topps Home Run Leaders card with Mantle and Maris, and then of course the 1958 World Series Batting Foes with Mantle and Hank Aaron. I love that card. And also have wanted a Rickey Henderson rookie card for a while, and so I picked this up while I was out in California for a business trip. I got a really nice SGC 7.5 card. It was great. Unfortunately, Rickey Henderson passed away late 2024, so rest in peace, Rickey. But those two goals I checked off for 2024. Okay, next up are set build goals from 2024. I had hoped to be able to finish my 1965 Topps set. I had 8 cards to go when I started the year, and I still have 5 cards left. So I did pick up the Richie Allen, the Hank Aaron, and the Phil Niekro rookie card. So those were good hits, but I still got 5 to go on those. And then on the 64 Topps Giant set, I was hoping to finish that in 2024 as well. Had 18 cards to go. Picked up some of the bigger names, Bob Gibson, Whitey Ford, Brooks Robinson, but it's still 8 cards to go there. So both of those are very doable in 2025, and you'll see that in 2025 goals. The delayed success down there, little funny story. So in Britain, for school kids, you either pass, being succeed, or you don't pass, and they call it delayed success. So we learned that from some of our British friends, and so I just decided to use that. So not failing, but just delayed success. Now we get into some more delayed success. I'd hoped to pick up at least 1 card for my 1955 Topps set. I'm down to needing basically just 5 cards. I've been looking for the Yogi Berra for a while and haven't found one that was nice looking, ungraded, and affordable altogether. So I haven't been able to pick up that one, although that one is on my 2025 goal list, and you'll see. And of course the others, Clemente is a pricey card, Koufax is a pricey card, and the Mays and Aarons are nothing cheap there either. But eventually I'll finish that set, but I did not make any progress on it in 2024. Okay, moving on to 2024 pre-war card goals. I had hoped to pick up at least 5 T206s with polar bear backs, and then at least 5 other T206s with other off backs like Old Mill, Sovereign, Cycle, EPDG, American Beauty, so forth. Unfortunately, I only picked up 2 cards from the T206 set in 2024. One of them was the Snap Rucker throwing pose with polar bear, which I love. It does have some creases and stuff in there, but it's still very presentable, and I like the T206s ungraded if I can find them. That compares to picking up 12 of them in 2023 and then 25 in 2022, so I really slowed down on the T206s, and really I need to be going the opposite way if I want to have any chance of ever finishing the set. So 2025 T206 remains on my list of goals, and I hope to really do better on that set this year. Three other goals from 2024 that I'm going to have to claim delayed success on are picking up some key rookie cards and autograph cards. So I've been looking for the 1954 Topps Ernie Banks rookie card for a while. That is my #1 target for 2025, and you'll see that coming up in the goals. I was not able to find one that I liked and that was affordable at the card shows I went to this past year. So that one's still on the list. I wanted an Ozzie Smith rookie card for a long time. I bought an ungraded one a year or 2 ago that I thought looked pretty good, but then it turned out to be factory miscut, and they wouldn't grade it. So I'm still on the hunt for that, probably in a 7 grade, something like that. And then I was hoping to get some autographed rookie cards, or at least Hall of Fame autographed cards from the vintage era. For instance, Reggie Jackson rookie card or something like that. Wasn't able to do that in 2024. I don't know if that's going to be on my list for 2025. We'll see. So let's start on the 2025 card collecting goals that I have. So first, on the top left, finish my 1965 Topps set in excellent better condition. I've got 5 cards to go. The big one is the Steve Carlton rookie card, followed by the Tony Perez rookie card, and then I've got the Rose, the Mays, and the Koufax still. So that's not an insignificant amount of money there to finish those that setup. Top right, 1964 Topps Giants. I've got 8 cards to go. You can see the major Hall of Fame cards I've left in that set, but some of those are short print and they're going to be a little bit pricey, and they don't show up all the time. So I want to finish that set, mark that oddball, if you will, set off the list. Bottom left, I've got 61 cards left to go in my birth year set, 1975 Topps. So I'd like to work on that. Probably won't finish it in 2025, but I want to make good progress there. And then the bottom right, I've got 1 card to go in the 1958 Topps All-Star subset. I need the Hank Aaron, so I'm going to be looking for that real soon. Next up for 2025, Hall of Fame rookie cards. So as I mentioned, number 1 card this year is the Ernie Banks rookie card from 1954 Topps. I want to get that probably in a 2 to 4 range, graded. Main thing there is centering. I don't want the name cut off the top, and I want decent centering top to bottom and left to right if I can find it. I already mentioned the Ozzie Smith rookie card too. I want that in around a 7. Nicely centered, which is very hard to do on that card, but that's the goal. I probably want to pick up a 1969 Topps Reggie Jackson rookie card. I'm thinking probably a 4 grade. I don't really want to spend more than $300 on it. So if you get up to a 5 and 6, you get over that price. Then the 68 Topps Johnny Bench rookie card. That's a relatively affordable card. I like to pick up that one. Probably in a 4 to 6 range if I get it graded. I maybe will go ungraded there with that one though too. So those are 4 key rookie cards for 2025. Now on to pre-war. So first goal is to pick up at least 2 T206 Hall of Famers with off-backs. I just showed a John McGraw and a Bobby Wallace here for examples. Those aren't necessarily the 2 I'm going to get, but any 2 Hall of Famers that I don't have with off-backs. Top right, I want to get at least 10 more T206 Commons with off-backs. I still need the American Beauty no frame. I'd like to get the Piedmont 460 series with the Factory 42 back, for example of that. And then, of course, more polar bears, as I'm trying to get as many of those as I can. Then the bottom, I'd like to get at least 1 more new type card from the pre-war era. So maybe a wide pin, a DeLong, Diamond Star, double play, fine pin example. Something like that. I don't know exactly. It just has to catch my eye, and I'll know it when I see it. Okay, as far as other Hall of Fame card goals that I have for 2025, I want to pick up the 1955 Topps Yogi Berra that I already mentioned. Be ungraded, conditioned to go with the rest of my set, but I want a decent looking card there. Bottom left, of course, the never-ending Mickey Mantle player run saga. So I want to pick up at least 1 more Mickey Mantle card in 2025. I'd really like to get the 67 Topps, but also the 57 Topps with Berra is great, and his 1961 Topps MVP card is also a possibility. Top right, speaking of the MVP set, I like to start that subset. It's a great subset. I've got a couple, 2 or 3 cards of that so far, but maybe like to pick up the Berra, the Campanella, the Maris, the Banks. Probably won't get a lot of those, and I may get some of the commons as well, but I would like to work on that subset. Then kind of a stretch goal, if I get something that just falls off the table for some reason, a backup is always getting the Nolan Ryan rookie card from 1968 Topps. Okay, like you guys saw, I do have the Richie Ashburn from 1954 Red Hearts, as well as 1 other player in the set. So I'd like to start working on that set once I get the 64 Topps Giant set done. Want to pick up some of the kind of lower tier Hall of Famers from that set, hopefully. Maybe the Warden Spawn, or the Fox, or the Slaughter, Sheen Diced, or Gilliam. But I really love that set. It's a nice looking set. It's relatively manageable since it's only 33 cards. So I'd like to work on that a little bit more in 2025. Okay, some other 2025 set building goals. If I get done with those, the 65 Topps set and the 64 Topps Giant set, I'd like to move on and work on some of the other sets I've got started. The 1960 Topps set, I have 47 cards left. You can see some of the big ones that I need from that set. I'd like to make some progress there. I've got about 296 cards left in the 1970 Topps set, so if I finish my 1975 Topps set, I'd like to start that one, or hammering on the 70 set a little bit more. I'd like to start on the 54 top set. If I get the Ernie Banks rookie card, that'd be a great start to that set. And then, as I mentioned in one of my previous videos, I've got several commons and stuff for the 1950 Bowman set, so I'd like to work on that. Hopefully get the Richie Ashburn 50 Bowman card. I've been really wanting that one for a long time, and maybe some other Hall of Famers from that set as well in 2025. So those are some, make some progress, but won't be finishing in 2025 set building goals. And probably my biggest goal for 2025 is related to card shows. So there's 3 large Nashville card shows, the national card shows, that I want to hit. February 1 coming up soon. That's the one that's most in question right now, just due to budget and some other stuff that's going on. I do plan on going to Strongsville, so we'll see if I can make that work out. I'll be flying up there, spending a couple nights there and flying back. So there is some travel expenses associated with that, but I do want to go to that this year. Another Nashville show in July. Then the Music City Autograph Show in September. Hopefully get some autographs there, as well as some cards. And then the last Nashville large show of the year in October. So I want to hit all those major shows this year. I will not be going to the National in Chicago this year, but I do plan on hitting these. So if you guys are coming down for any of these shows I'm going to be at, give me a shout out, and maybe we can meet up and chat, talk about cards. Okay guys, well that does it for the 2025 goals setting, as well as recap of 2024 goals. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Talk to you later.